said it. Didn't I say it? Craven Cottage is our second home. Ladies and gentlemen, 3-0 to the arse. Let's go. Instant match reaction. Instant. Wow. What a performance from the Arsenal. Where do we even start? Listen, I said it in my preview, yeah? Let's just get that out of the way. Let's just get this out of the way. I said it in my preview. If it's the Arsenal that we all want to see, we're going to blow them out the water. And that's exactly what we did. First half, just a dominating display, just a, just a courageous display. We love playing at Craven Cottage. That's all I can actually say. And the team looks like after the Sporting game, they came back to London and they said, you know what? The defense is a madness right now. And it stops right now. Because I was seeing videos on YouTube, people posting videos and making content. Is Arsenal wobbling? Is this it? Leaking too many goals. I even made a video, and we were leaking too many goals, and we were defending as if we're not title contenders. We weren't defending as if we're about to really, really, really put a stronghold for this title in the business end of the season. Because it's all good and it's all fantastic when you're doing it in the beginning, but this is it now. This is when boys turn to men. Yeah? And today just solidified that Arsenal, these boys are turning into men as we speak, ladies and gentlemen. They are turning into men. Woo! Gabriel Martinelli is back. He is back. He's on fire. He's absolutely hit the ground running again since that drop, since we benched. I can't even remember what game it was. I'm too lit right now to even remember that. But the squad, we saw the likes of Tini coming in for a cameo, Tomiyasu coming in for a cameo, Nelson, Fabio Vieira, and the one and only Gabriel Jesus. Oh, if he scored that chance late in the second half. Oh my God, Fabio Vieira. You see what I'm trying to say about Fabio Vieira? When I said it, when it comes to the free balls, the final balls, the triangle ones, you see the triangle ones? That's Fabio Vieira all day. Odegaard is the main man and he will be the main man, but I'm telling you lot, it's either when we got a tight situation in a tight game, or we want to go for the jugular and we want to outscore a team or score as many goals as possible. That's the guy to bring on. Especially when you have opposition, tired legs and all of these things and such things, you bring on Fabio Vieira because he's going to give a man a chance. I thought he was going to square it onto Nelson or Xhaka, I think it was, coming through on the left-hand side. But he remembered. And, it was beautiful because it was a move started by Gabriel Jesus and it almost ended by Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus in front of goal for Arsenal. I don't know what it is. Since he stopped scoring, it's almost like, I don't know, he's just thinking about it too much and it's just not fluent. It's just not natural. Even that chance, I know the pass from there was it was bubbling. The ball was bubbling. But boy, I'm telling you, man, he's just got to just whiz it. And it looks like I don't know. Anyways, man, it wasn't meant to be. Almost scoring his goal on his comeback. I said it, Gabriel Jesus is back. I said it, we were going to see him more or less during the end of March, but he's pushing so much. Here we are, mid-March, and he's, we're seeing him play. Fantastic away performance. We have the best away record, and it looks like we're going to maintain the best away record. It's a brilliant thing to see the squad fully fit. Effectively now we only have Mohamed Elneny and Nketiah, who are injured, but what that means is that you effectively don't have a first 11 player that's out injured, long-term injury or short-term injury. You got more or less a full fit squad coming into the business end. 27 games in, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you lot, we are cooking. Arsenal is cooking. They're still making videos about, can we do it? Are we going to do it? The defense is leaking. I seen ESPN. I seen the likes of, these content creators, these Tottenham, the Man United fans, even on DR Sports, some of the hosts there, they're saying, is this it for Arsenal? Bro, today we showed that we are still here. We played as, liquid football, fluent football, sizzling football. The likes of Odegaard. Again, Saka not having the best of his games, but still efficient, still sharp enough to influence the game in a way where we know he's going to create a possibility. He's going to create some sort of opening, and he's going to create some sort of chance, I feel as though there was one clear-cut chance for him when he was laid through. I think it was by Odegaard, I'm not too sure. And he should have scored it. He could have scored it, but maybe he just felt as though he didn't have enough chance, But Robinson, he kept him, Robinson was trying to do a thing. He ate Robinson. He had Robinson on toes, and Robinson was having a tough time, but I feel as though, he more or less, in terms of Robinson, he's a well-built player, young player. He kind of kept him in check once or twice, and normally, you don't really get that from Saka at all. In terms of opposition fullbacks keeping him quiet to the point where he actually doesn't have a turn in and actually get a shot on goal or something. I can't remember exactly now if he did have a shot like that on goal or not, but that will come for another video later on. Let me quickly run through the stats of the game. And as we can see here, dominating performance overall from Arsenal. 55% over 45% for Fulham. Shots, 15 shots over 12 shots. Shots on target, 7 shots over 2 shots. 2 shots on target at home, poor. And Fulham's been a good side all season. I just felt as though without Paulinho, and obviously William didn't play as well, they just couldn't handle us, man. We did what I wanted us to do, which is come out in the first half and make a statement in the first half. Arsenal, when they blow teams out of the water in the first half, there's not much that can happen in the second half other than us just sailing through the game and seeing it out. 9 fouls as opposed to their 10 fouls. Corners, 8 corners as opposed to their 4 corners. And yeah, man, we move, ladies and gentlemen. 66 points on the board, 27 games played. I keep saying it, and I'm going to say it again. We're going to get to that 28 game mark. And if we are still first or second, which clearly it looks like we are going to be, the title's ours. The Premier League is ours. These boys, and listen, let me not forget, because for me, he was 100% as well the man of the match. Leandro Trossard. I mean, a January signing. I can't remember one more impactful, maybe going as far back as maybe Arshavin, a January signing that's been more impactful and's come in and really, really, helped to bridge that gap in terms of injuries and so forth. Bro, he played out of his skin today. He really just, because he's not the biggest of players and because he's quite short, he uses all of those aspects to his advantage. And low center of gravity comes into play, and, fast movement. He's quite pacey when he needs to be. I don't think his long distance pace is good, but his short burst of pace is very, very good. But his technical ability, man. Jeez, did you not see Leandro Trossard played brilliant in this game? Yeah? It was literally a almost 10 out of 10 performance. You are looking at high 8s, high 9s for Leandro Trossard. 3 assists it was. Was it 3 assists? There you go. On the 28th minute, 26th minute, and on the 40th and the 4th, late in second half, nearly stoppage time for second half. And I tell you what, Leandro Trossard, yeah, he's gonna most certainly, for me anyway, earn his starting, berth for the next game, and maybe even for the next game after that, until we get Gabriel Jesus really, really, really looking like, coming on in the second half, or coming on as a sub, in late in games, and actually scoring a goal or assisting, because it's all about output. This is not about favoritism anymore, or who's supposed to be the number one striker, so therefore you go into the number one spot. I don't want to see that no more. It's all about output. William Saliba, my goodness, what are you lot mad? William Saliba, bruh, this brother's 21, you lot. William Saliba had a stupendous game. Absolutely violating, mocked it, shut everything down, handled Mitrovic as if he was nobody, nothing. Physically, aerially, I don't even know if that's a word, on the ground. Did you see that bit when he grabbed the ball in the fence, drove into midfield and took a shot? I feel like he took a shot and it went wide because he felt as though he didn't have that much time. But if only he was aware that he actually had more time to actually take that shot and get it properly on target. Bro, that shot could have went in, because Saliba's got a shot, It would have been the second time this season in an away performance that he's done that. He's done that against Bournemouth, and he would have done it today. But in terms of the defending, I mean, look, Gabriel scoring, of course, best defender in the league for me, because I feel like Gabriel, even though there was one little error moment when he was anticipating to get the ball, and the ball just kind of went underneath his feet. It was a spotless game, and what he brings, that slightly more additional to William Saliba is just his leadership aspect. You know, that extra bang, cream on top. Because he talks to defenders, he talks to Ramsdale, you know, he's there, he's active, and then he's got that goal in him, bro. The defense was absolutely amazing. In previous games, we've been complaining about the defense, we've been saying that they've been leaky, we've been saying that they haven't been defending as a unit, but every single one of them today, including the subs that came on, you know, Tierney, Tomayasu, you know, these players are highly competent players that can come in now. Look at that bench. This is what I'm talking about. The bench is finally now looking like a squad. Arsenal have finally reached a point, and this I tell you that right now. This is the first game. This is the first point of the season, hands down, without a failure of a doubt, that we've reached a point where we have adequate depth, and nobody can say nothing about us not being able to challenge for the league. We had Turner, Smith Rowe, Vieira, Jorginho, we had Jesus, we had Nelson, we had Tierney, we had Holding. Yeah, we couldn't even add Kivio in there. It's some madness. What's finna go down, ladies and gentlemen? Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. 3-0 clean sheet away from home. Ramsdale critical save. This is what I'm trying to say. When the team's playing, you won't see, and you know another thing, you won't see any dodginess from Ramsdale when he sees his outfield players playing to how they're supposed to play. And another thing I clocked from Ramsdale today, in today's game, in terms of analysing his performance, in a nutshell, in set pieces, whenever Fulham had a set piece, he wasn't rash, coming out of, you know, doing the sporadic and the chaotic Ramsdale that you've seen in the past couple of weeks or month or two. Someone's gone into his ear and someone said, listen, in set pieces, just be calm. If the ball is coming in close enough that you know you can get to that ball and you can come and command it, fair play, fair dues. Do what you need to do. But if you know it's not, why would you get me? Don't do that extra little come in and come up, because then you find yourself in no man's land where if you stayed in your original position, yeah, and just been ready to pounce, you would have probably got a finger to it or a hand to it or whatever. But listen, he's learnt his lesson, because this game, I see him doing none of that nonsense. He was spotless, Ramsdale. Quiet for large parts of the game, but when he needed to, you know, come in and show the title win and kind of keep our gameplay and the title win and kind of composure, he was there, man. I'm telling you, lot. Gabriel Martinelli, Leandro Trossard, Granit Xhaka, Thomas Partey, I can't forget them man there, because them man there in the engine, them man there the conductors. Yeah? The bad boy man talking about Casemiro. Casemiro, yeah? Casemiro. Let's see what's going on, Casemiro. Let me see what's going on right now. Man's talking about Casemiro, this, Casemiro, that. All of the people that I see on YouTube waffling about Casemiro and gassing up Casemiro, how he's better than Partey. Is man mad? Casemiro has picked up 2 red cards for Manchester United this season. Yeah? Was he red carded? Bottom club Southampton earned an important Premier League point by holding 10-man Manchester United on a goalless draw at Old Trafford. Yeah? Disgraceful. 10 at Old Trafford. Southampton. It ain't easy, United fans. Yeah? Rick Sanchez. Because I know you, my boy. It ain't easy, my boy. I want your comments. I want your feelings in this video, in this instant match reaction, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful scenes of absolutely amazing emotion. 0-0 Manchester United, Southampton full-time. West Ham drawing to Aston Villa as we speak. No, actually full-time. So they drew as well. I mean, look, oh my goodness. Newcastle versus Wolverhampton Wanderers at 4:30. Newcastle, can they still trouble us in any way, shape or form? They can't. They're too far. They're too far. 41 points. 66 points on the board. We're slowly closing the gap in terms of goal difference. We're the only team that's, you know, up in the 20s in terms of games won. Played 27, won 21, drawn 3, lost 3. Almost scoring as many goals as Manchester City. And conceding exactly the same amount as we speak. 5 wins on the bounce. Look at that. Green, 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 green. I love seeing it when it's just W and greens and there's no red, there's no grey areas, there's no nothing. It's just green all day, every day, ladies and gentlemen, and we move. What? The Arsenal that we saw in the beginning of the season is back. Yeah? We're turning our attentions to our Europa League second time. And we got that in the bag. It's at the Emirates. Sporting, it's just not going to happen. The atmosphere is going to gobble those players up. It's going to eat them up. And we do what we do and we move. But then it's Crystal Palace. And you know, Vieira's is going to be like, do you know what? The points that we needed to gain in these 2 weeks here, in these 2 game weeks, it should have been against City. And Elise, was it Elise? He fumbled it, bottled it. I was so gutted when he conceded that penalty. How could you concede a penalty like that? Horrible. So disappointed, man. Vieira did his utmost to make sure that they held back City. But it wasn't meant to be. Anyways, we're still 5 points clear. Back to 5 points. Let's get that out of the way. Yeah? And we can very quickly see ourselves 8 points clear. Because I think City's not going to play in the Prem next week. Might be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, Palace. 19th of March, 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. Sunday again. We do this again. Let's go again. Ladies and gentlemen, please, again, like the video, subscribe, share. It's been a Mazzoline, Chazoline, Arsenal 3-0. Let's get it. Bow!